Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In the last video, we talked about the fourth habit, thinking win-win. In this video, we'll be talking about the next habit on the list, seeking first to understand, then to be understood. Seeking first to understand, then to be understood is a very good habit, and it's a very important habit because it helps you to see other people's perspectives before you can share yours. This is obviously important because it helps you to connect with other people. For example, somebody might be affected by your own actions and you don't know about it. Seeking first to understand, then to be understood obviously helps with it, and it's a very important habit. So why is seeking first to understand, then to be understood a key to communication? It is because the deepest need of the human heart is to be understood. Everybody wants to be respected and valued. This takes us to our next topic, the 5 poor listening styles. To listen to someone genuinely and to understand them, you must listen to them in a very good way so you can understand what they're saying. But there are 5 poor listening styles that don't represent that. And we're going to talk about them right now. And unfortunately, humans sometimes don't listen very well to other people, and they represent these 5 poor listening styles and they practice them a lot, which is a bad thing. So we're going to take those 5 poor listening styles and why you should avoid them. Number 1, spacing out. Spacing out is when someone is talking to you, but you just ignore them because your mind is in another place. Zoning out or spacing out often results in you missing out on important information, and if the person talking to you has some important stuff to say, you may miss out on it. For example, you know that sometimes when you're in class, you look out a window and doze off for a minute or two, and when you come back, the teacher has already said all of the important information and you missed out on it. So this is why spacing out is a bad listening style. Number 2, pretend listening. Pretend listening is much more common than the other 5 listening styles because it happens probably every day. So what is pretend listening? As the name suggests, pretend listening is when someone is talking to you and you just pretend to listen to them. As the first one, which is spacing out, you may miss out on important information. And that results in you losing out on important things that the other person has to say. This is obviously bad, so you should try to stop and listen to someone genuinely when they talk. Number 3, selective listening. Selective listening is when someone is talking to you, but you just listen to the parts that interest you. It's like pretend listening, but you only listen to the parts that you like or interest you. For example, if your friend is talking to you about video games, you pretend to listen throughout the whole conversation, but as soon as he said the word game, you instantly spark up and you instantly focus with him, but you talk about the game and you interrupt him and you forget that he hasn't even finished his talking. So selective listening is like pretend listening, but you're interrupting them, and sometimes you even talk when they didn't finish about the things that interest you. Number 4, word listening. Word listening is when someone is talking to you and you're actually listening to them, but only for the words that they're saying. For example, you may be on your phone and someone is talking to you, but you only listen by their words and not by the physical and emotional meaning, and you may miss out on other important things because having a conversation with someone is not only about the words, it's also about the emotional and physical meaning. Number 5, self-centered listening. Self-centered listening is when you listen to someone but only from your own point of view. To listen to someone genuinely, you must put yourself in their shoes and experience what they are experiencing. When you listen to someone self-centeredly, you usually respond in 3 ways. Number 1, judging is when you judge someone. 2, advising is when you give advice to someone from your own experiences. And number 3, probing is when you try to dig up emotions before the person talking to you has shared them yet. We now know the 5 poor listening styles. But what are the good ones? In order to listen to someone genuinely, you must follow a few steps. 1, you have to listen to them with your heart, eyes, and ears. Because like we said before, listening to someone during a conversation with only the words may not give you the full meaning of what they are trying to say. Number 2, you must bond with them. You must experience their experiences and try to be in their shoes, like we said before. So let's just summarize what we learned during this video. Number 1, seeking first to understand, then to be understood, and its importance. Number 2, the 5 poor listening styles. And number 3, how to genuinely listen to someone. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody else. And as always, have a good day.